it's Denise Jordan, and I am about to do the Dollar Tree Challenge. So what's the Dollar Tree Challenge? Well, everything you used had to come from the Dollar Tree, and it had to cost less than $1, which everything at the Dollar Tree is under $1. So I had to go to 2 different Dollar Trees to find everything that I needed, and we'll see what I'm able to do. I was not able to find a primer, eye primer or face primer, but we'll see what I've got and how well it works out. So let's get started. I washed my face as I normally do before I went to bed last night, put on my nighttime moisturizer. So in the morning, normally all I have to do is just rinse off the night cream and then apply my moisturizer. So what I picked up was this Dermasil oil-free daily retinol facial cream that's going to serve as my moisturizer today. So let's get that on. I always like to see if there's a fragrance, and there was not one. Just typical face cream kind of stuff. Not real flowery or anything like that, but it feels good. It really feels good going on the skin. And Dermasil's a pretty good brand of lotion. I didn't realize they made a moisturizer. So let's get this moisturizer on for today. Now that I've got my moisturizer on, I'm going to put on this under eye serum. It is the Skin Nutrition by New York, and is the Age Defy Dark Circle and Puffiness Serum. So let's get that on. No odor to that, and it's got like a little roller ball, and you just roll it under the eye. It's nice and cool. Reminds me of that Benefit Puff Away or Puff Out. I think the coolness is so soothing on those under eye puffing areas, and it just kind of, it'll help that to go away. So I've got the under eye serum on, and I've got my foundation, not the foundation, but the moisturizer on. What I don't have is a primer. So I'm just going to have to go ahead with the foundation. And for the foundation, I have this. And it is the Sassy and Chic Makeup Foundation, and the color is Deep. And I had to go to 2 different Dollar Trees because the first one that I went to, they only had light and medium. So I picked up the medium, but was hoping to look for a deep. And I went to another one on the way home, and I did find this deep. And so this is what that one looks like on the finger. Let's get it on the face. Doesn't look too bad. It might be a tad dark. I also don't have any concealer, although I couldn't find any. Oh wait, yes I did. I forgot, I found this Skin Nutrition's Age Defy Ultimate Dark Spot Corrector. So let's see what this looks like before I get the... Oh, it's another one with a roller ball. I don't really see anything happening here. This is where I would normally try to conceal, is right here on my upper lip and under the eye. So you're supposed to just kind of put it on. So what I'm wondering is if it's supposed to work over a few days, because I don't see any difference there. I don't see it as anything to kind of camouflage. So there's that. So let's go ahead and get this foundation on. No primer, so but it's going on pretty smoothly. That's one thing that I can say. It's going on pretty smoothly. Getting good coverage. It's pretty liquidy though. Feels a lot more liquid than what I'm used to. So let me get the lid back on this because it is so thin. I hope you can see me and not just start looking at the top of my head. I've got a pressed powder compact that I'm trying to get open. And it is in the color tan. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do is use the little pad here that comes with it to make sure I've got this on evenly. So I've got the foundation on, and I used the powder puff that came in this pressed powder, which is LA Colors, and I think it looks pretty good. So far so good. So now that I've got my foundation on, the next thing I need to do is address these eyebrows, and it just dawned on me that I do not have an eyebrow brush. I did pick up this kabuki brush, so I will get that out, and maybe I can, nope, it's too light for that. There's another e.l.f. brush that I also picked up that is a small angle brush, and I will just see what I can do with the eyebrows. For that, I forgot all about picking up an eyebrow brush while I was there. Now, of course, I have my own eyebrow brush, but since the challenge is everything has to come from the dollar store, I can't use it. So, I'll just use this small angle brush to kind of brush them out. I do have an eyebrow pencil with sharpener, so I will try to fill that in. Just put a little line under the brow, and then over it, and we'll see what we can do with this little brush. Well, it's not doing too bad. Better than I thought, actually. And the eyebrow pencil is a deep brown, and they are from LA Colors, but I think it's working out pretty good. So it's always interesting, I think, to try to use something different from what you normally use. I think that's probably as good as I'm going to be able to get with those brows. Ooh, that's kind of ugly looking right there. Let's smooth that out just a little bit. Because there is no concealer here for me to try to use. So, got the eyebrows on. And then next, I don't have any eye primer, but I do have this e.l.f. Smudge Pop. That was the interesting thing. I was surprised to see that the Dollar Tree had a lot of e.l.f. products. So I picked up this e.l.f. Smudge Pop, and it is in the color Cruisin' Chic. And I will use it as my eyelid primer. So I'll put that on. It's kind of funny. I was at an event a little bit earlier, and I was talking to a friend, and another lady was listening in, but I was telling a friend that I was going to try to do this Dollar Tree challenge when I got home, and that I had been to the dollar store and had spent about $25, and that everything had to be under $1. And the lady said, $25, and they're all under $1. How many products did you pick up? She's thinking I picked up 25 products. I said, well, it wasn't 25 products for the face, but it was close. Because I did pick up 2 different colors of the foundation. I got the tan and I got the deep, because the one store didn't have the deep. And then when I found the deep, I decided that would be a better fit for me. Okay, so I've got this Smudge Pot on as my eye primer. Let's take a look at that. Okay, and so now I've got this eyeshadow palette by Color Mates, and it's got a lot of different colors that come with it, and I think I should be able to do something with that, because I've got quite a few lights and darks that are in there. So the big thing is they have these little tiny brushes, and I hate those. So I think what I will try to do is use one of these brushes from, we'll see. I'll see if I can use one of these brushes from this little bronzer kit to see if that'll work. Okay, so here's a little brush. Wow, that's not very good, but you know what? We'll see if this will work. I don't think it's going to work, but let's see. If not, I've got this other. Let's go back to the e.l.f. brush and see how that does. This is really kind of interesting, and it's certainly making you be a little bit inventive. Now let's see if I can smooth that out. There were just like no brushes there. Let's try this one again. Okay, now I want to try, there's a really pretty kind of a peachy color here and then kind of a bronze color. So I think I want to try to go with those two colors. So I've seen a couple women do this challenge and they did a beautiful job. But it's certainly proving to be challenging for me. Now let's see if I can smooth this out. I hate these little brushes, but maybe it's the best thing for what I've got to work with. Yeah, I get a better color application when I actually use the little brush that comes with it. So, because that other brush, I could feel the bristles coming out of it. I'm really liking this little coppery color here. And that smudge pot went on nicely as a primer. Now I'm going to try to go in the crease with this little darker color and see what happens. I feel like these little spongy applicators kind of tug on my eyelids a little more than I like. Now let's just try to blend that out a little bit. Just try to blend it. Okay, let's take a look and see how that's looking. I think I'll need a little bit more of the coppery color on the other eye. That's the one thing when you're trying something new, and I don't want to look like a cyclops. There we go. And now get a good blend. I think I like that. Okay, so I will put that aside. And now I will put on the eyeliner. So I'm going to go back to the eyebrow pencil that I've got. And I could also use one of these deep colors here as a liner too. So let's get the eyebrow pencil on first. And I'll use it as an eyeliner. And hopefully you can see me do this. Now I'm going to tight line the eye. And try not to poke myself. I've been known to do that. Let's take a look. I think I'm liking this look so far. Let's get a little bit of eye color eyeliner beneath the eye. And then I'll put on some mascara. So I'll come back to this applicator because I already learned those other little brushes don't work. But I'll use this applicator and just get the very tip. And then smudge it out with this again a little bit. What do you think? So now let's try to get some mascara on. I've got black mascara from Color Mates, and it's just a traditional mascara. To a new wand. I'm always worried I'm going to poke myself. And for years I didn't wear mascara because I could never get it on right. I always poked myself in the eye or had the mascara up in my eyebrow. Hey, I think it's looking okay. Now, they did recommend 2 coats, so I'll try the 2 coat route. They ought to know their product, and they recommended 2 coats. go to mascara, and I think that's looking pretty good. I think I like it. I think I like it. Okay, so mascara's on, eyeshadow's on. Now I need to get on something on these cheeks. So, well, the brush that came with the bronzer was this little thing here, and I'm hoping I don't have to use that. And they also have a blush, and it has the same kind of brush that came with it. So what I think I'm going to try to do is use this kabuki brush that I got and use that to see if that'll work. So I got some blush on here, and I'm going to put the blush on first. Let's see how that's looking. We'll try it this way. It's just kind of a peach blush, so it's not real pigmented. And this kabuki brush is not very soft. I can see just a little bit of a hint of color there. Just a little bit. One thing though, this is much more powdery than what I normally would wear. Now, you might notice that as I put that blush on, I'm not smiling real big, because once your cheeks start to droop just a little bit, if you smile real big, like, and you get the apples of your cheeks way up, when you stop smiling, you might end up with blush down here. So I try to just to get it right there on the top so that it's in the right place. So I think that's looking okay. I might have to pop it with some lip color, but we'll see. And then I've got some bronzer. I don't usually use my fingers to apply this kind of stuff, but I do have a Tyra 4-minute makeover, and I do use my fingers to apply that. So it has certainly served me well, because it taught me to be able to use my fingers for this when this brush is not working as well as I would like. Okay, let's get the glasses on so I can see. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not the best. But certainly not too bad. Okay, so I think I've got everything on except for the lipstick, which is right here and right here. So I think I'm going to go with this this lipstick, and I might end up using this to see if I can add just a little bit of color to the cheeks. So here's the lip pencil that came with it. It's kind of a clear lip pencil. I think it's interesting that this lip pencil is like white, but it comes out clear. Fill it in just a little bit. And now let's put the color on. It's ginger spiced. Smells good. It's pretty nude though, pretty sheer. There we go. I think I like it. It's a pretty neutral look. So I think I'm going to use this e.l.f. lip balm, tinted lip balm. Hey, it's almost the color of my shirt. This is how it looks on the finger. It's a little sticky since it's a lip balm, but let's see what it'll do. Or maybe I was better off without it. We'll see. Yeah, I think it looks okay. It gives me just a hint of color. Yeah, just a hint of color. What do you think? So, let me comb my hair and we'll see how the finished look actually looks with combed hair. I'll be right back. So here is my finished look. What do you think? I'm pretty pleased overall. I thought it turned out pretty good. Who knew you could do this from the Dollar Tree? Now, what was the hardest part for me? I think the hardest part for me with this challenge was not being able to use my usual brushes. So the brushes and the applicators that came with these kits were not the quality that I was used to, so that was certainly a challenge. So I resorted to either using my fingers or trying to make do with something else. So that was certainly a challenge there. And the other thing was I couldn't find any primer, eye primer or face primer, and no setting spray. And so I feel like I do look a little more powdery than I normally would, because once you put the setting spray on, it gives you a little bit more of a dewy look. So I don't have the setting spray, so that I think was something that I missed. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. I am pleased. And of course, my husband is always the final arbiter on this kind of thing. So I went in and I said, so honey, how do you like my look today? And he's like, looks fine, I like it. So then I said, it's my Dollar Tree look. Everything on my face I got from the Dollar Tree is under $1. He's like, you ought to shop at the Dollar Tree more often. He just wants me to save money. But he said he liked the look, so I'm pleased with that. So there you have it. That's it for now from Makeup on Aisle 64. But in the meantime, please share the love by sharing the link with family and friends that you think might enjoy this video. Please subscribe, hit the subscribe button and subscribe, like me, and please comment. I like to know that there's someone out there watching and enjoying what I do. So that's it for now from Makeup on Aisle 64. Bye.